a couple on the road. I'ma push it to the pedal, hit the floor. And I really think that you should know we could get it there, we could really go, yeah. 50,000 on a necklace. Pick a case, go on, you can have it.
So ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is a review on the Asics Gel Nimbus 2 Lite. I don't know where these companies are coming with the names of some of these shoes, but they're getting out of hand. They're getting a little bit out of control. But with that out the way, the crazy names of the shoes, I'm going to go through the basics of these shoes, why I think these shoes really are great, who I think these shoes would kind of be good for, and yeah, kind of just the general on how these shoes feel. Also, there's something special about this video. This is the first video that is sponsored. It is sponsored by Vust Sport, and more about them towards the end of this video. Let's head on to the basics and key intro. Okay, 3, 2, 1, feet together, jump, yes.
Half a second behind her, possibly a photo finish. The two champions.
Asics has been in the game for many a year, and they really have stepped up their game recently with the shoes like the Metaspeed Sky, the Metaspeed Edge, up their game there on that direction. They've changed their foams a little bit too as well. If you want to check the Metaspeed Sky review, it's up on one of these sides. Can't remember which side it is. They're definitely changing their structures of their shoes. Also, the dynamic of the range of the company is changing a little bit, and definitely think they're moving the right direction with this iteration, the Gel Nimbus 2 Lite. So we're going to be running this video a little bit different to the other ones, and yeah, just going through these shoes. It's quite interesting. When I looked at these shoes, it was great to see that Asics is going a different direction with their shoes. This foam density looks a little bit different. It didn't look like the usual density of foam from Asics. I definitely was quite intrigued and quite interested to see how this foam would feel and how it would hold up over the distance. I've only run with these shoes a couple of times now already, and so this is kind of my initial review of the shoe. But yeah, a couple of things to go through for the shoe. I'm going to start with the upper being one quite cool thing about the shoe. There's actual recyclable or recycled materials used for the upper in the shoe. You can see in this part here there's kind of an interesting weave going on as well, which is pretty nice. So they use a majority of the parts used in this upper are recyclable material. Big ups for me when it comes to longevity of the company and also sustainability of Asics. So amazing to see that they're doing this with their running shoes, but that is not the reason why you buy a pair of running shoes nowadays. The reason why you're going to buy this pair of running shoes is to wonder how it feels. How does it feel underfoot? Does it have a good toe off or not? Is the upper breathable enough? All those types of things. So, and that is then the tongue of this video. Not the tongue of this video, tongue of this review. The tongue is quite thick. That's one thing I did notice about the shoe. The tongue was on kind of the thick side for the shoe, so it was quite thick, this tongue. I'm not sure they needed as much material here in the tongue of this shoe. It does help though, you do not feel these shoelaces, which are quite a generous length for these shoelaces. I definitely feel like the upper is in a pretty good place. Could just go a bit thinner in the tongue, but great breathability up here in the toe box of the shoe. So yeah, I'll give the upper probably about a 7.5 out of 10. Could go a little bit thinner in some spots, but then again, the shoe is designed at kind of your everyday runner, kind of long runs. I wouldn't say speed work, because the shoe is quite a soft shoe in the forefoot. You can see how easily the shoe bends up in the forefoot of the shoe. Yeah, you'll definitely want to make sure that you have strong feet kind of when you're running in the shoe, because it is quite a soft density foam shoe. Let's head next on to the midsole of the shoe, and as you can see, it is a flight foam. So Asics has had this type of foam out the last couple of years, and it really is doing justice. It really is great. It's a very soft foam, so you can see with the compression here, it's a very soft material, which does really feel great underfoot. And also loving the colorway of the shoe. Asics is definitely starting to nail their colorways as of late, especially with the Metaspeed Sky and those shoes. So they're definitely upping the aesthetics and the colors of these shoes. So this midsole, it's got a 25mm in the heel, with a 15mm in the forefoot. So that's for a 10mm drop from heel to toe. You definitely do notice a 10mm drop. A lot of shoes, the Nike, the Range, and the Asics shoes are coming out in the region of about an 8 to a 10mm drop. But yeah, definitely liking that heel to toe. You definitely do notice it. It is quite a scoop to the front of it when you're running with a shoe. But yeah, it definitely is a great heel to toe drop. I definitely do like that. Somebody that kind of lends himself more to a heel striker would probably be nice in this as well. But yeah, I think in a majority of people, the shoe is going to work for a lot of different people out there. Let's head on to the outsole of the shoe. And it's got quite a weird pattern to the outsole of the shoe. It definitely reminds me of Shrek. Every time I think of this colorway, I think of Shrek. It's quite a gel. It's quite a soft shoe as well. So the forefoot of this shoe, and in general, this whole shoe is extremely soft. I'm putting barely any pressure on here. So it's a very, very soft shoe. Very generous in the outsole. So the outsole looks like it's got plenty of grip. I've heard some people running 400 to 500 miles in the shoe. So it definitely can go the distance for a trainer. So I think the outsole of the shoe is also great. I had no slippage up in the heel department as well of the shoe, so it had quite a good lockdown. All in all, it was a great lockdown. I think the heel to toe is great. Asics definitely has done something right with the shoe. It is extremely lightweight shoe, coming in at 9.1 ounces for all the US listeners out there or subscribers out there. I think in grams, I'm not 100% sure, region of 220, 240 grams. So it is an extremely lightweight training shoe. It does feel great underfoot. Did enjoy running in the shoe. Looking forward to spending more miles in the shoe, and congratulations also with the sustainability of the shoe and the recyclable part of the shoe. I'm a huge fan of these, and I'll give you a long-term review of these shoes as soon as I've spent a little bit more time in them. And last but not least with this video, we have to give a big shout out to the sponsor of this video, Woest Sport. They are your multi-sports store in the Netherlands. They sponsor myself as well, so they send me out shoes every now and then to test out and review on the YouTube channel. So big shout out to them. If you want to go and have a look, this is where they're situated in the Netherlands. So if you ever happen to find yourself in the east of the Netherlands or northeast of the Netherlands, make sure to go and check them out. They do have amazing facilities. They've got swimming gear, they've got running gear, they've got biking gear. They also have an indoor altitude training center as well, where you can cycle and run in as well. And they also have got an endless indoor swimming pool if you want to do technique swimming, all those types of things. Woest Sport in the Netherlands is your place to go and do it if you happen to be in the area. So I hope you've enjoyed this review with me. If you have, please remember to go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel for future content. Cheers everyone, until the next time, I hope you enjoyed. Peace.
I might spend a couple on the road. I'ma push it to the pedal, hit the floor.